Hello, students. Welcome back to our History channel, where we love diving into the depths of the past. Today, we're taking a journey back to the late 18th century to explore the causes of the French Revolution, one of the most significant periods in world history. We'll be focusing on the long-term causes under four main categories: social, economic, political, and intellectual. So buckle up, because it's about to get revolutionary. First, let's take a look at the social structure in pre-revolutionary France. Society was divided into three estates: the clergy, the nobility, and the third estate, comprising everyone else from bourgeoisie to the peasantry. However, there was a significant problem. The third estate, which made up about 98% of the population, was heavily taxed and had little political power, while the first two estates, making up just 2% of the population, lived a life of privilege. Next, let's turn our attention to the economic factors. The economic situation in pre-revolutionary France was a complete debacle. Years of costly wars, including the 7 Years' War and the American Revolution, had plunged France into deep debt. In an attempt to repay these debts, Louis XVI significantly raised taxes, which again were primarily imposed on the already struggling Third Estate. On top of this, the cost of living was rising rapidly, with prices of basic necessities such as bread skyrocketing due to inflation. This inflation was, in part, caused by France's increasing debt and the government's attempts to solve it by simply printing more money, a solution that often leads to devaluation and, consequently, inflation. To make matters worse, a series of poor harvests led to famine throughout the country. While the nobility remained largely unaffected thanks to their wealth and privilege, the commoners were left to starve. Many couldn't afford the inflated prices of basic food items, particularly bread, which was a staple of the French diet. So, the economic pressure was mounting. The people were shouldering the burden of a country's debt, facing inflation and scarcity, and grappling with famine. This glaring economic disparity and hardship were adding fuel to the flame of revolution. Politically, France was an absolute monarchy. The king had ultimate power, and there was widespread corruption and lack of representation for the Third Estate. The Estates General, a sort of pre-revolutionary parliament, was called in 1789 to resolve the financial crisis. However, the voting system was unfair. Each estate, regardless of its size, had one vote. This meant that the first two estates could outvote the third, leading to growing frustration. Turning our attention to the political landscape, it was dominated by the figures of King Louis XVI and his wife, Queen Marie Antoinette. Their reign was marked by extravagance and indecision, both contributing to the general dissatisfaction that was sweeping the nation. Louis XVI, though well-meaning, was indecisive and lacked the political acumen needed in those turbulent times. He consistently avoided making hard decisions, resulting in economic policies that often did more harm than good. When he finally called the Estates General in 1789 to address the financial crisis, it was seen as too little, too late. Meanwhile, Marie Antoinette was viewed as a spendthrift queen, disconnected from the struggles of the people. Her penchant for extravagant fashions and lavish parties became a symbol of the monarchy's excesses at a time when the people were starving. Although her infamous quote, "Let them eat cake," is likely apocryphal, it perfectly embodies the perception of her obliviousness to the plight of the Third Estate. Finally, we turn to the intellectual causes. The Enlightenment era, with philosophers like Voltaire, Rousseau, and Montesquieu, gave people a new way of thinking. They questioned the established societal order, pushing ideas of equality, liberty, and fraternity, which directly challenged the existing monarchy. That, along with the example set by the American colonists, revolution, and the establishment of a democratic society, was possible. All these long-term causes, the social inequality, economic hardship, political corruption, and new enlightened ideas, simmered together, creating a potent mix ready to explode. And explode it did, leading to a decade of revolution and turmoil. That's all for today's journey into the past. In our next video, we'll look at how these causes led to a dramatic shift from a monarchy to a republic. But until then, keep exploring history, because as we know, history isn't just about the past. It's about understanding our present and shaping our future. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting journeys. And as always, thanks for watching.